Your initial design consultation is worth every penny. Many interior designers, myself included, do an initial design consultation. For me, it's $650, and that's about an hour and a half. Time that I come into your home and you and I have a deep conversation. The people who should be at that initial design consultation are all the decision makers for the project. Your initial design consultation is a key start for your project. Without doing that, how do you even know that you're going to get along with your interior designer? This is a powerful conversation in your home with all the decision makers. Why wouldn't you spend the money on that? Not only are you going to find out if the designer, and I hope it's me, is the person that you can work with, but you're going to get invaluable information about your project, how to move forward, ideas for your project that if you don't work with the designer, you can take and implement by yourself or with someone else, or put it into your vision. Don't skimp on the initial design consultation. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what you get with your initial design consultation. Here's why it's worth every penny. My $650 initial design consultation starts in your home. We're going to be on site looking at your space, and I'm going to be talking to the decision makers. Now, whether that's you and your partner, whether it's just you, whether it's you and your 3 kids, all the decision makers for the project should be at this initial meeting. Now, listen, some designers offer a free consultation. I understand that. But as you probably know and have experienced, free rarely means value. Free is never free. What I provide for your initial consultation is a productive, and an expert session that's going to give you answers, direction, and confidence immediately. So during your initial design consultation, I'm going to do a professional assessment of your home. I'm going to walk through your space with you and the decision makers and identify where the design challenges are, where there are opportunities, structural opportunities, design opportunities, how we can align the flow and the function along with your lifestyle, bringing all the pieces together to create the best outcome for your project. And we're also going to target what is priority and what will impact the most on your life and with your home's value. A lot of clients come, they've just moved into a new home. I get this. Clients come to me, they've just moved into a new home and they've got 1,000 projects. They want to redo the powder room and gut the bathroom and expand the master bedroom. While all are completely understandable, all these ideas and vision, and it's wonderful to experience, there is a cost to it. And so we want to look at what will impact your needs and wants best. What is going to bring the most value to your life? If we start with the kitchen first, is that going to bring the most value? But also in consideration of this, how do we do the construction in such a way that we don't have to redo something? For instance, a client came to me, they wanted to redo their kitchen first. Great. But they also wanted to redo the master bath. Now, the master bath was on top of the kitchen on the 2nd floor. Great. This is a great time to decide which one is better, the master bath or the kitchen. Now, understanding the fact that the master bath was upstairs and that was project number 2, allowed me to know that when the kitchen is being redone, if we do that first, we address some of the plumbing issues that were running through the kitchen ceiling. This is where we find out all those needs and wants, and we're looking at the big picture. So this is in the professional assessment of your home. I take notes. I make sure I understand exactly how to prioritize and align your projects with your needs and lifestyle. This alone often reshapes a project. It's your personalized design roadmap. So you're going to receive from me clear expert guidance on the style direction that's going to best fit you in your personality and the architecture of the home. I'm going to look at how to achieve cohesion throughout the space. Often I have clients who are living in a traditional home. I recently redid the living and front foyer of a traditional home, and the clients were mid-century modern. So how do we bring those two pieces together? How do we bring my client's personality along with the architecture of the home that was not aligned to their mid-century modern aesthetic? This is where there's a roadmap. This is where I'm creating the roadmap to decide what should be kept, updated, repurposed, or replaced. I'm getting my initial ideas. I'm expressing some of the directions we can go, but I'm going to create a personalized design roadmap for your project. And this way we can stay true to what you want, and you have an understanding of what needs to be done in order to achieve the vision that you have. This one is often a very tough one to get through with clients because we are going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about cash, budget, your investment. This is really key. We want to align your vision that you have in the initial design consult with the cost of creating this space. Having done this for over 15 years, I am able to give you a really good number of what is reasonable in order to create your dream. So I'm going to give you a realistic investment range so that you can say, is this a project that I can do? We're going to discuss that. And then we're going to discuss the phasing of the options if you want to break the project into stages. Just like I said about doing the master bath and the kitchen, which one comes first? What does that stage look like? So we're going to start discussing your timeline and get clarity on that. And we're also going to discuss where you can splurge and where you can save. I had a client that came to me. They wanted to replace all their floors. And in the initial design consultation, I thought the floors were fabulous. But the color really wasn't going to create that space they wanted. They wanted a more Californian, light, open feel to their kitchen, and their floors were dark. So in my client's mind, she's thinking, I got to replace all these floors. Not true. I said we could save hundreds of thousands of dollars by refinishing the floor to the color that we want. We could take it turned out to be red oak, and we bleached it to get a nice light feeling to the floors. She didn't have to replace them. It saved her thousands of dollars. And we're going to make sure we can create a timeline that ensures your project moves forward, not backwards. We're going to keep it marching forward. What does that look like? How do we get this accomplished? And can we align it with some of your upcoming events? Whether it's a holiday, whether it's a trip, a vacation, whether you have people staying with you. So how will that work in your timeline? This is all part of the initial design consultation. But I think the most important part of the initial design consultation is really, this portion is where it saves them the most. It saves them weeks of confusion, thousands of dollars of making decisions. And that is gaining the confidence and the certainty of understanding exactly what your renovation can be, what it will take in order to get there, and whether the style direction is aligned with your aesthetic. It's not about trends. It's about timelessness. It's about longevity in your design. As an interior designer, I see the trends come and go. There are wonderful parts of trends, but that are timeless. And there's other parts that are not going to stay around. So how do we create a design for you that aligns with your aesthetic, but also will continue for a longer period of time, and you're not going to get sick of it? You're going to enjoy it for years and years. And hopefully it's going to wear out and get old before you get tired of the design. So this is important because it gives you the confidence that the direction is aligned with your aesthetic. As well, During the initial design consultation, we talk about the next steps to move forward with clarity. What does that look like? What will it entail? Having done this for over 15 years, I have an exact process that I go through to make sure that all my projects stay on time, continue to move forward, so that my clients, and hopefully for you, will enjoy your home sooner. All of this in the initial design consultation is a foundation for a successful project. This is a minimal investment to get confidence and clarity that allows you to move forward, for you to know what it takes. And if you've never worked with an interior designer, this is super key. What does an interior designer do? Check out my next video where I talk about that.